Welcome back, everybody, to Fresh Outlook. It is time for the lightning round when we explore the week's top stories in lightning fast fashion. Fortunately, the Pope will not be doing this segment because then it would be slowed down, nor will Ben Carson because he's a slow talker as well. I am joined by Alain Sanders, political science professor at St. Peter's University, Jose Lopez, physics professor at Seton Hall University. I only do that so I can drag it out so I get my pronunciations right. Albert Goldson, Indo-Brazilian Associates, a New York City-based boutique global advisory firm that provides international political and security assessments for those who depend on it. First topic up is Yogi Berra. He said some mighty puzzling things over the years, such as if you see a fork in the road, take it. Do you remember any of the other Yogi Berrisms?
Oh, he said you should attend people's funerals, otherwise they may not attend yours.
Exactly. Or that restaurant's so crowded nobody goes there anymore.
Exactly.
Exactly. Why are we talking about this guy, a half century after he played?
He is the last of his kind. He comes from a particular different era. And for most people who like to look back at an old Americana that American society that will never come back, that the so-called innocent years are never innocent years, but as we look back as far as nostalgia is concerned, from the 40s, 50s, 60s, the way baseball used to be played, people played it for the love of the game. Most of these players actually had to take regular jobs in the off season to support themselves. So these were really regular guys like you and I. They just happened to have a very special skill to be able to play the game. And of course, Yogi Berra was part of, a Yankee dynasty, a great New York, a great team, a great dynasty. You'll never see his kind ever again.
I know you don't have the answer to this question, but I'll ask you anyway, Alan. Would we ever see a man like Yogi Berra playing baseball again? He didn't even look like an athlete. So many of the athletes from the 1940s, 30s, and 50s didn't look like athletes.
And he was 5'7".
Right.
No, I don't think so. It's just like saying, will we ever see a candidate or a president like George Washington? No, we won't. We won't. And we won't see another person like Yogi Berra. The nice thing about Yogi is that, of course, he's like your favorite uncle at Thanksgiving dinner. He means well. Everybody knows he means well. He's heartwarming. He's all-embracing. He says mildly philosophical things that maybe don't mean very much when taken literally, but you know that it comes from the heart, and whatever it's supposed to mean, it's to be embracing and to be nice. So he's your favorite uncle at Thanksgiving, and he's unvarnished, but unvarnished in a gentlemanly way, in a kind-hearted way, and that's what makes him so appealing. Most people don't remember his baseball career or know very much about him, but they know that he's just a nice guy.
Plus his name was Yogi. You got to like the name Yogi. Jose, what are your thoughts?
I mean, he inspired Yogi Berra.
Yeah.
I mean, after Yogi Berra, but he was obviously a tremendous baseball player. I mean, no one has won more World Series than Yogi Berra. He won 10. And he was an MVP 3 times. I mean, he was an all-star. He played for 19 seasons, and he was in a World Series 14 times and won 10 times. I mean, that's unheard of. That doesn't happen. I mean, if you talk to anyone, he was a baseball genius, an absolute baseball genius. I've had the pleasure of listening to him over the years. He's from Montclair, New Jersey, close by. I mean, we've lost an American original, an icon in my mind. If you're a Yankees fan, as I am, I mean, gosh, when I heard on Tuesday he passed on at 90, for a second there, I just did a double take.
I was going to say you John Boehner.
Well, not on John, but definitely on Yogi.
You've got to be on Jeopardy one day. The fact that Yogi Berra inspired Yogi Berra will make you millions of dollars, my friend. Okay, Emmy, the Emmy Award for Best Actress was awarded to Viola Davis. She is the first African-American actress, apparently, to win the Best Actress honors. I am in a drama. I'm colorblind to all that. I mean, I just say you're a great actress. What say you about her win, Albert?
Well, I think it's tremendous, but you also have to keep in mind that there are so many fantastic performers year in and year out, and there, again, criticism within the industry, there aren't enough people of color that are participating in, let's say, for example, a leading role, particularly women are concerned. So just by the percentages, well, yes, there aren't going to be that many, but of course her performance is absolutely outstanding. She definitely deserved winning the award.
Okay. And also we had some Tracy Morgan gave a very emotional speech. He was in a horrific car accident, nearly killed, I guess more than a year ago now. Yeah. Did you watch, Alan? Were you watching?
No, I didn't watch, but I've heard about it. And of course, whenever life seems to triumph over death, I mean, it's a very moving and it's a very engaging moment. And we celebrate such people because there's a heroic fight here, grabbing life back from the clutches of death or the clutches of near death. And so it was wonderful that he was on the screen. It was wonderful that people saw him, and it's an inspiring moment. And as I say, life over death is always inspiring.
I agree, but this guy's a comedian. He's got to start being funny again. Every time I see him, he's crying. Well, I mean, what's it with these men crying?
Well, I mean, you talk about talking slow. Tracy Morgan is the slowest. I mean, he builds up to the joke, and then you're like, I think he's got, and he's still waiting for it. But it's good to see him back. I mean, and this was a pretty historic moment at the Emmys. I mean, an African American woman winning an Emmy Award for a drama series is I mean, it's 2015. I mean, I'm amazed it was the first. I mean, when I heard that, I was like scratching my head. Really?
Exactly. Let's take a listen to Donald Trump on the Stephen Colbert Show. Okay, if you could read lips there, Donald Trump said something very profound, which is the first time it's happened during the electoral season. Albert, tell me a little bit about the politicians nowadays like Trump and Carly Fiorina making a stop on venues such as this. It seems like it's must-do TV.
Oh, absolutely, because all these talk shows draw in millions and millions of people. All sorts of personalities, politicians, world leaders, etc. So those are one of the key stops that they have to make. In the past, they always had to go to, let's say, financial houses, various different types of organizations. But if you really want a broad-based audience, you really have to go to shows like these.
And show you're human, show you're funny. Jose Lopez, Alain Sanders, Albert Goldson, thanks for joining us. I'm Logan Crawford, the host of Ebers TV talk show that does what else? Help you keep your outlook fresh and informed. Thanks for joining us. See you next time.